people who are playing the game in more, let's say, restrictive way, more like in a challenge way and stuff. There is, for example, one guy who reached 99 on hardcore on Fire Druid, which is like huge achievement.
Yeah, Fire Druid is a kinda crappy build.
Yeah, and I mean he did it on 113, I guess. So it was like the easier, but I also saw there was 99 Vengeance Paladin done on version 110. That was the craziest thing I ever saw.
Why? I don't. If you tell me the different versions, I don't know the differences between them. I usually played 113 with the pluggy to get the Ibers and the big stash.
Well, basically 110. 110. The biggest difference is the damage scaling on the melee attacks. I believe you get more damage from melee attacks. Also in 110 there is something called firebug, meaning if there are monsters who are fire enchanted, you are getting like insta death from when the boss explodes.
Oh, this bug I think still isn't fixed with the stacking of the elemental enchantment. Like when you have the ancients, nightmare, because it's nightmare. I think the bug is the strongest or something.
Yeah.
And Nightmare Ancients, if they are cold and fire enchanted or something and they explode, they can kill level 90 plus character with full resistances and stuff, because the damage depends on the life, and they have like the most life in the game or something.
Yeah, there are also other mobs who do it, like Hephasto or the council members, I believe.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, the most significant difference is the rune drop rate, you know, because in 113 everything has been increased 10 times approximately.
Oh, really?
Like the chance to drop the high runes is still very low, but it's also way higher compared to 110, 111
that's
earlier versions.
Yeah, that I heard that already. That and the earlier versions, when they introduced the high runes, that is even more rare than they were now. And even the factor 10 is then crazy if you think about it. I never found a sword rune.
I did actually. Like last year we were doing Magic Find tournament and I was playing 113 with the Holy Bolt Paladin and I was farming Mausoleum on player 7 and I found it from a regular skeleton, I believe.
That's crazy. I found like 7 or 8 or even more charm runes, most of them in pits on different characters, and they are so useless. That's so annoying. That I have like on my Amazon, I think I have like 3 charm runes and no use for them. I could put one in the helmet of the mercenary to make him not get frozen. Wow.
Yeah.
What a great success.
But yeah, to give you a little bit of perspective, basically I did the same amount of Mausoleum runs on 111 with the Holy Bolt Paladin. It was like 7,000 runs or something, and the highest rune I got was Fall.
Yeah, that's really insane. The runes should be kinda rare, but if you never find them and have like no realistic chance to get them, it also doesn't make any sense or is fun. Because you could maybe trade it then with all the botters on the Battle.net, but if you want to play alone, you'll never reach this stuff.
Yeah.
So
also the runes are the letters are white, so there is a big drop.
You can miss.
You have a hard time to find it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. But I think in 113 now the drop rates are kinda okay. You can get the runes somewhere, and mostly I played on players 8, so. And you have counters to farm for some runes, and then later you have lower kuras, where you can go really crazy in the single player, getting a nice map with 2 campfires, and then farm your stuff there.
Yeah, basically like the guys in the Magic Find tournament, they are running lower crust once they reach it, and they are having their, not enigmas, but what's the rune word for which lowers the enemy's resistances? It gives you the conviction aura. And
Infinity.
Yeah, infinity. Basically, in 4 or 5 days, all guys are having infinity and basically farming the end game location.
4 days is quick.
I mean, depends on the luck, of course, but yeah, mostly 4 or 5 days, and they're already having their green aura.
Yeah, it depends on how many hours a day you spend. Back in the day, then I was watching TV or watching YouTube while doing lower Kurust runs, and then yeah, you can do just something else. But when I found the rack with the sacred torch, I was like, what the fuck, sacred torch? And then I left the game and run again, and oh, it drops again. And then I was like, oh shit, I should not lose this map. And like one run took like below 30 seconds or something. And always when a grey sacred torch dropped, I was like, is it ethereal? And then you see that it is ethereal, and then you check the resistances, and yeah, that was really... Can't compare it to the hunt for any other item because of my love to the Exile rune word. I think I found like 2 or 3 others, ethereal ones with 45 all resistances, but was unlucky with the cubing, like getting less than 4 sockets. And then the one time I was lucky, and it was so crazy.
You know the craziest thing about the 20 plus years playing the game? Do you know how many times did I find Shaco?
Shaco? Shaco is kinda common.
Yeah, but I find it twice.
What? No way.
Yeah, once on Hell Mephisto, obviously, and once in Lower Kurast from a random dead body. But Shaco is like the most common item that I'm unable to find for some reason.
Oh wow, that's so crazy. When I remember my walkthroughs, like at one point I think all of the characters, when they found the Shaco, they used it for at least some time. Because of the skills and magic find and damage reduction and stuff. And I also found them like from a lot of different sources. A few from also Lower Kurast, dead corpses, mostly but Hell and Dariel, I think. But yeah, that's RNG.
Yeah. It's like one of my pals who's playing the game, he found like 14 or 15 unique sacred armors. None of them was Tyrios, obviously.
Oh yeah, and I also never found Tyrios. Or Masongs, or what else do we have? The super rares. Well, before I hunted the Exile, of course, on each of the walkthroughs. Getting Enigma was also huge, of course. Farming Lower Kurast until you can make Enigma, and I think I made it always in a Mage plate. I didn't like the Archon plate because it needs too much strength already, and then you have way too much afterwards because of the boost Enigma itself gives. And I didn't like the Dusk Shroud because it has so low durability. So Mage Plate, and it also looks the coolest on all, I think for all of the classes. So Mage Plate is always the base of choice for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that Enigma basically, I wouldn't say it destroys the game, but sort of puts the balance out of it. In a way, like you were talking previously about the melee versus the caster characters. I actually tested last year a bit of earlier versions, like 1.9 and 1.7, and these earlier versions they do a lot of things right in these terms. Like it's balancing the melee versus ranged quite well because there were more powerful crafts for melee, for example. And also the mana potions, you couldn't buy them, you know.
Yeah, that we talked
So
about that already. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand the nerf on melee because like Whirlwind, for example, did much more damage, hit much more frames in earlier versions, and it was nerfed. Then Whirlwind can't trigger chance to cast, which is kind of sad. And I don't get why Smite isn't affected by Deadly Strike. And stuff like that is really like, why do they nerf melee when it's already so much behind? Most of the skills need attack rating, and then you can still block the attack, and the spells are just hitting and you have your resistances or not, and that's it.
yeah, like the 1.7 version is very sweet in this because like let's say it's not a melee class, but it's a melee damage. You're playing multiple shot Amazon or multi-shot Amazon, and basically each of the arrow is giving you, if you have it on the gear, the chance for a crushing blow. So basically you just shoot like 4 or 5 times and the entire room is cleared. You know, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, what I read is that they also nerfed it. Like when one arrow hits from strafe, then the next 1 or 2 can't hit or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And also in 1.7, what I really liked was that if you put an F rune into your weapon, you are basically hitting all the time. Like all the attack rating issues disappear and you always hit.
Yeah, then there's like ignore target defense, which doesn't work on players, doesn't work on bosses. It's so much restrictions on the stuff on melee, which is sad.
Yeah, plus it's sad, but on the other hand, we are sort of tired of playing the meta builds all the time. So last year we did a Magic Find tournament during spring, which had one restriction: you had to play melee class only, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I also almost, when doing my walkthroughs, enjoyed the melee or physical builds the most. Of course, I couldn't make a melee sorceress, but I played the walkthrough as a sealer and barbarian, of course. On my Amazon, I played as physical bow zone, so no fire or cold arrows, but the physical ones. Druid, I played as Fury Druid. And yeah, I really enjoyed them the most. Like I made them the blood gloves, the blood crafts. As soon as I got my first rubies, I made the glove, the belt, and the boots, or the helm for the deadly strike. And for casters, you just want faster cast rate and plus skills, and that's it. That's kinda annoying, sad, boring. I don't know. And like the worst is when you're dueling with a melee character versus a Hammerdin or something. He can block your attack, you have to use your attack rating to hit if you're not a smiter. And the fucking hammers, you don't even have resistance versus magic damage, so
yeah,
it does like 2,000 or 3,000 damage every hammer, no matter what.
I mean, the magic damage, it's like the most imbalanced type of damage in Diablo 2. But I don't like it very much on Paladin, but where I love it is on Necromancer, because Bonemancer is one of my most favorite builds.
Yep. If you compare, like the Hammerdin can do like 3 times the damage that Bonemancer can do. Hammers of 18k are reachable, and the best Bonemancer that I had did like 6k magic damage. So there's also like a huge difference.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
GG.
GG.